Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome you all for the second technical session. Our speaker today is Dr. Anbuthambi B. Dr. Anbuthambi currently holds the position of Head of Strategy, L&T Edutech. With an impressive career spanning over 2 decades in the field of education, skill development, IT and ITES industries, he possesses an exceptional wealth of knowledge and expertise. Dr. Anbu earned a bachelor's degree in computer application, a master's in business administration, and a postgraduate degree in business management from XLRI Jamshedpur, where he achieved the distinction of being a rank holder. He has a PhD in management with a research focus on employability skills. As an accomplished author, he has authored books including The Post-Pandemic Graduate and India in 2047. Dr. Anbu's expertise in collaborating with industry, academia, and government to nurture the next generation of talent pool and bridge the skill gap between industry and academia is evident in his significant role as the former president of ICT Academy, a successful public-private partnership social enterprise in India. He has been recognized for his contributions, receiving the prestigious Power to Empower 2013 award, a national skill enterprise challenge conducted by NSDC. Dr. Anbuthambi serves as a member of various governing and academic councils in higher educational institutions across India. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Warm good morning, good afternoon. This is a very difficult session, yeah. Just after lunch, that too, sumptuous lunch, very good Karnataka cuisine. No, see, all are already this session's name is graveyard session. You know what is graveyard session? You go by 12 o'clock in Tamil. They used to say Mayana Meidi. So in Kannada, what is it, madam? Huh? No. In Kannada, how do I say Mayana Meidi? Mayana Meidi means the huh? You can be loud to everybody. Yeah. Don't make it so Sashana Mauna. Make it little better. Sorry. So good afternoon once again to all of you. I will just try to keep it as light as possible so that no Sashana Mauna doesn't become totally a yoga session. I mean, the typical yoga session. The yoga days yoga session. In the yoga day yoga session, our office will call all of us by 6 o'clock. So we all used to go by 6 o'clock. He will say, okay, you lie down and you sleep. Half of them will really sleep. Only rest will, I don't know whether you have noticed, in some our politicians in Chennai, I am basically from Chennai, one person was literally sleeping fully. So they captured in the video. So it shouldn't happen like that. So I am aware. Because after listening to morning session, I was not fully there in the inaugural, but second session I was there fully when Professor Subramania was talking about the kind of work, what is being done in his institution, the kind of stories that he has built over a period of time, the kind of labs, COEs, etc., etc. If all these are being done in all institute, I will lose my job first. No, I'm not joking, yeah. If all these are done in all institutes, of course with some impact, like all your impact factor, better impact if you do it, first I will lose the job. Second, there is no role for CESS also. Because the so-called gap, because whoever spoke since morning, they would all definitely used this one word called gap. And you can find from any speaker who speaks till tomorrow evening. Whether he is an academic speaker or a government speaker or an industry speaker, they will use a word called skill gap. Ma'am, will you not hear it at least once a day if you are in college? Any speaker comes, he will say skill gap, skill gap, skill gap, skill gap. But is there really a gap? The so-called academicians sitting in front of me or across our nation have only built what Bangalore is today. If the lakhs and lakhs of people are employed and earning lakhs and lakhs of money, And if there is one Satya Nadella sitting in US and ruling the entire IT world, it is with the same ecosystem what is built. It is with the same teacher, which is with the same madam. There is no new teacher who taught Satya Nadella. There is no new teacher who taught somebody who is building the IT park next to this building. There is no new teacher who has taught Narayan Murthy. So it is the same ecosystem. First of all, don't worry about if somebody says, no, there is a gap in academia. You have to cope it up. Please don't. They are all lying. According to me, there is no gap at all. Because if the same institutes can produce Satya Nadella, why are you complaining with few of them who are not able to cope up? Why are you not appreciating for the same academic institution producing Satya Nadella? We should think a little deeper. What India is today, the lakhs and lakhs of IT services manpower and the talent what we are producing right at Bangalore is from the same institutions who you are sitting here. But is there a gap? Maybe yes. But let us not take a backseat and let us not feel, oh my God, we are not able to cope up to the industry. Don't worry about that. You should not worry, because the gap is created by the industry, not by academia. The gap is created by the industry. Why is it created? They run faster. For their bread and butter, they run faster. We cannot run faster because we are dealing with human minds and brains. I cannot just like that run like, I cannot run my first year like in 1 month. I have to run first year in 12 months. I have to teach him Max 2, Max 3. I have to teach him the foundation of physics, foundation of chemistry. Then only I can venture into the electrical or electronics. We couldn't run like the industry. Why is the industry running faster? They want India to flourish, India to become number one. Because China is running faster, Philippines is coming behind us, so we have to run faster. Industry has to run faster. If at all we want to become a superpower, the first superpower angle is by the industry. Until otherwise industry comes in more, until otherwise industry produces more output, we can never become a superpower. That we agree. Just by producing agricultural output and talent, we cannot become a superpower today. The superpower can only be accomplished when we have a strong, solid industrial growth, which will enable the talent, which will enable the agriculture, which will enable everything else in the country. So industry is running faster. Just because industry is running faster, academia has to run behind it. That gap seems to be existing. And I will tell you, in our lifetime or in our children's lifetime, this gap will not be closing. The gap will exist. As long as the mankind exists, the gap between industry and academia will exist. If there is no gap, something is not all right. Either industry is not working or the academia has coped up fast. Now it will create more problem, in fact. Imagine there is no gap. Whatever industry does, you all know. Whatever industry does, academia is producing in day one. Will industry be able to give jobs to 10 lakh engineers tomorrow morning? Is our industry able to get every single individual? And if everybody are too smart, can everybody become a manager? I need a plumber, I need a fitter, I need a audiovisual guy. I need somebody to cater. I need somebody to build this building. I need somebody to put this light. I need a photographer. For all of us to live, we need the entire ecosystem to build. So this gap will not fulfill. But at the same time, let us never ever think we have done anything bad, specifically academia. We have done something marvelous. We have done something too good. That's the reason India is standing where it is today. Whether it be IT, whether it be digital, now they are saying, I will bring semiconductor industry here. Anything and everything people are able to talk because of the talent what we have today. Nobody is building India with the talent which you will produce next year. Everybody are taking stock of what is available today. What is coming out of your colleges today. With that output, now companies are going and getting more businesses. With that output, companies are now coming and setting up shop here. So whatever the academia is doing good. But we always want to do more because industry is running faster. But at the same time, look at, I always pity the computer science department among all of you. How many of your computer science related departments here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I should ask computer science related. If I say computer science, then somebody will say, no, sir, I am AI department. I am ML department. No. All nomenclatures we have given, all are one department only, computer science. For the sake and convenience of admission, we have made it as 10 departments. What you teach there is same only. So, that 6 departments, there are some 10-20% of people. The reason why I pity them is, 10 years back, sorry, not 10 years back, madam, I'm just picking up one madam. You need not see her, it's an example. That madam would have studied her post-graduation and PhD some 15 years back. PhD I don't know, post-graduation definitely some 10-15 years back she would have completed. She has studied basic. And that time Java was introduction. In fact, it was not in syllabus. She went outside and studied on her own. Then somebody said, no more Java, it is J2EE or J3E or something like that. Then they said, no, it is more sophisticated to use .NET. Then they said, no, forget about all these Java, Giva and all. Now something mean is coming. Then somebody said, no, MERN is coming. Now AI is coming, ML is coming. Now morning, one of the gentlemen was saying, I am using ChatGPT. Are you using? But yesterday somebody is telling, I am using DeepSeek. Are you using? And yesterday evening somebody I said, sir, no, it is all generative AI. I used some words, because I learned some words from newspaper. Then he said, no more generative AI. Hereafter it is agentic AI. So poor these computer science teachers will have to learn all of these things, madam. Every year you have to learn something new. At least to some extent this mechanical, civil and all are okay, because in concrete technology will never change that easily. Or your digital manufacturing, to some extent it will not change. But the amount of change this computer science curriculum undergoes, the pressure is direct on the computer science teacher. As soon as somebody invent a new technology, here the principal will take a stick and say, now you go for FDP for this technology. Because even without talking to her, he would have added in the BOS. It would have come in the syllabus. And the professor will see the syllabus, hey, when did you add this? Yeah? That will be a surprise to many teachers. I am in academic council for many some colleges. In one college, when I was going through, we were all in one meeting, in academic council meeting, they said, our BOS has approved this curriculum, AI curriculum. I said, who is an expert to do this? I asked a simple question. Who is expert to do this? Sir, we copied this from Stanford. Hereafter, we will build an expert for this. This was the answer, straight answer. There is nothing else. And they have a logic to convince us. I mean, that group. They said, sir, it will be because that comes only next year. In 1 year time frame, I will get my faculty ramped up. But then how did you get this subject right? Then he said, no, as is 5-chapter syllabus with objectives and with learning, what is that, ma'am? Learning outcome, all those things, it is written by somebody, I copied and pasted. When he is done, it should be right. In Tamil, there is one, again I quote Tamil because in Tamil movies, Vellakaram poi solla maatan, which means if he's a white guy, he will not lie, it will be all right. We go with that basic assumption to copy paste from US universities. If I have to copy paste from neighbor university who is very good, I will have lot of doubts. But to copy paste from US university, I will have no doubts. Because that is one Clark D. Johnson has written. As if you have gone and met him. This is not only for this, sir, even in journal, no. When you are writing journal, you quote a US guy's paper. And if it is a local Subramaniam, you don't bother about that person. He would have done real original work. You don't bother. If it is a Johnson, DiCrepo or something like that, you would have thought, oh, he may be a big scientist. Looking at his name, you decide he is a great scientist. So life is like that today in education. With all this pressure, we are still supposed to produce a meaningful output to the country. And that you are doing. I am not saying no, we are definitely doing. And with all cribbing, with the amount of complaints we have in both industry and academia and government, according to me, I am very positive to say everybody are playing the role very, very nicely. Some may be impactful, some may not be impactful. Now every stakeholder, whether it be companies like, I come from L&T, sir is coming from Toyota, tomorrow my friend, Wipro friend is coming. If you look at all those companies, at least the large companies, they are also trying their level best to give back to academia in whatever form they want. Their knowledge, their projects, their people, they come and talk here. All these were not there 10, 15 years back. When we were all in college, there is no guest lecture and all. He will come only in the annual day. I remember this day, I studied in Ooty. It is in one hill. You all know Ooty, right? For us, chief guest is only for the annual day. Here, every week somebody is coming and talking. You are able to facilitate. So the world, the life is also changed now. So which means there are many support systems which is evolved for today's kids and today's institutions. So with that, we should take forward academia to a different level, because as I told you how industry is also changing day by day, the world of education is also changing. That to know, during lunch, one gentleman, my co-speaker was talking, life has changed after COVID. This is very true for education. Before COVID, many people don't know to even log into Zoom. Log into Zoom. Zoom, what is Zoom? Nobody knows. During COVID, 4th standard boy is the one who first learned to log into Zoom. 4th standard, 6th standard types. Not even the college. You don't think like a college professor. Think like a parent now. If at all you had a kid at home, he was the first to went into the online class fully. Not you. Please don't take that credit. School teachers are the one who adopted first, it seems. Across, when somebody did a survey, the first adoption of this online learning happened by school, because they were little disciplined, no? They will say, you switch on the camera. In some schools, they said, no, you have to wear the uniform and come and sit. You cannot. No, it happened in real. I don't know how many houses it happened. In many schools they did, because they were very clear. No, they were very clear. If I have to run like a school, I shouldn't, but in college, did you do that? No, you said you switch off the camera and do whatever you want. That fellow switched off and he went out to tea. Life is like that for us in college. But school adopted it faster. But at the same time, immediately colleges also have adopted. Today, no question of whether online learning is there or not, because that is the time period we all changed our life from being a normal to a digital educator or a digital learner. The real digital educator or digital learner evolved during COVID. No doubt in it. That also opened eyes for a lot of entrepreneurs, lot of companies to invest time, energy into education. Suddenly Zoom thought, why should I will build multiple products. Like Zoom, there were 100 more companies which came into picture. Like Zoom. Earlier you knew only Zoom. In fact, Microsoft had a better product called Teams. Many people didn't even know that. Only after that Zoom became powerful, then we said, okay, which is cost effective? Then the college professor told, hey, we already have Microsoft Teams. Why don't you use that? Then we saw it is there available in our kitty. We didn't use it all. If you have got Microsoft 365 license, it would have come by default. We didn't even open that. When Zoom became powerful, then this guy became powerful, auto powerful. So life moved us like that. But at the same time, the entire world, including all of us, have adopted there. So next few minutes, let me focus on what is really happening now, what is going to be the future. Because past I just walked you through what happened in COVID and what is happening today. You all know, I don't need to explain it to you. But at the same time, today's session, as advised by the director of CES, learning from the industry. He said, we should learn what industry is doing. So I've taken few points what industry is doing today already. Because by the nature, whatever industry does, then they will push it where? Push it to you. If they are doing something, after some time they will say, no, why academia is not doing? Boss, you didn't tell us. But even then they will ask you. So which means whatever is happening in the industry, it is not slowly, quickly it will come to the academia. If their learning is happening in a fashion, at some point of time it will come to academia. If you remember all the Zoom team and all, companies were already using. We adopted it after that, but we are now biggest adopters. Okay. But before I've just put in top 6 future trends which are happening in the space of learning and education. I'm not talking about specific to higher education or anything. It is more to learning and learner and educator. But let me get some examples from higher education. That's the approach I would like to take. What do you make out of this picture? Tell some words. First of all, this picture is divided into 2. Madam, now these computer science teachers will have to answer now, because only you can answer it quickly. What is the left hand side portion? What is the right hand side portion? There is no right and wrong answer. It is more type of. Left is machine. Left is mechanical. Okay. Automated. Human. Real and simulated. Okay. Okay. Hold on to that answer. When this digital world was invented, which is the one most crucial or biggest innovation which we all embraced? Let me repeat. When this digital world was invented, which means when internet was invented, which was the most effective, powerful innovation or invention that you started and you are using till today, and which we can never stop? Huh? Even before Google. Answer is here, email. Answer is here, email. Because email is the one we first used, not Google. We didn't effectively use Google that time. If you all remember, that time there was one dial-up. You have to use the telephone to dial for the... I thought all of your seniors only, no? All of you are acting like Gen X or Gen Z students. Boss, remember, we are all old people. We all know this. You cannot lie to me. We are all boomers, no sir? Yeah. Okay. So when that period of time when people used to dial for email, because I have to dial, then open some. It is not even browser. It is type of a console. Then I type my mail and I send. And as soon as the mail goes, we have sent a mail, and we will call that fellow to find whether the mail is come, because we are doubtful, whether the mail is reached him. We were doubting whether this mail is gone. That time there is no mobile phone. The same telephone, we will call him, or mail I have sent on mail. Can you just check that mail? He will say, yes, I got the mail. Attachment itself came little later only. It was only the text mail then. Let us take this one example now. Okay, let us take this one example. Email, whether you like it or not, that is the real invention happened in the digital world, which cannot be replaced even now. But what is email? It was a powerful communication tool. Your entire postal department gone away because of that one single tool called email. But look at the kind of changes that underwent in this process of email. Which means the day one, I am sending an email. I am sending an email to you. After some days, he gave a method for us to attach one file, attachment. After few days, after Microsoft came in gave a technology to you, you can do a mail merge. If there are 40 students in your class, you want to send a notification that there is a class tomorrow morning, you can send 40 independent mails in one single click. If you have that 40 email IDs in one Excel sheet, that is called mail merge. I mean, you all know it, no? Yeah. No. Sometimes I have to recheck, because you should not go to that, what ma'am? What motion? Shashank Amedi. You shouldn't go there. Whatever. Mayan Amedi in Tamil. You learn Tamil from me today. After that, the same email provider, not email provider, Microsoft. Let us take example of Microsoft. He said, you can send out 40 different certificates of different student to 40 of them through this mail merge. Shall I repeat? Earlier, you used to send one file as an attachment, which is a circular of tomorrow's class. You had attached that. You are sending it to all students in one shot. Dear Anbu, here is what your schedule for tomorrow is. Attachment is same. After some time, after I think 4 or 5 years, he also gave a technology for us to send, for example, you are giving certificates, annual certificates, you are sending it to students. You can send out certificates individually through mail merge, which means your folder contains 40 certificates, your Excel sheet contains 40 names and email IDs. It will say, dear Anbuthambi, it will pick up my certificate where the file name is Anbuthambi, it picks up and sends to me in a single click. That was one world. That was one time, one period. After some time, then slowly we said, why so complicated through all these emails and all? Now we moved to smart messaging. It is through WhatsApp. Why you are not sending email nowadays? Mostly. Only for record purposes you will be sending email. Otherwise the real communication is not email. You want to send out the same circular for tomorrow, it is a WhatsApp group. You will send it to all students. Got it? So it become much more faster, smarter, because you have grouped them, you have kept them in notification. There are a lot of, but the same communication. The email content never changed. Come to class tomorrow never changed for 20 years. That is, you will still say that. Come to class tomorrow by 8 o'clock, never changed. Or your certificate never changed. But after this, a new technology has come, saying the same communication, the same WhatsApp communication, it goes little more personalized, which means first you would have sent one video, you would have taken one video and you would have sent it to all of them, saying, no, I'm not able to type, I don't have time to type, let me just send a video so that I can be straight to my students. This professor looks like a little strict professor. He would have, hey, all of you come tomorrow by 8 o'clock sharp, otherwise you will not get internal marks. He would have told that, video would have gone to them. The next comes in little more personalized. Little more personalized. In the same video, he would like to address each one of their names. He will create a video, 90% of the content is same, but he will say, dear Arun, why don't you do this and come? Dear Anand, why don't you do this and come? Dear Anita, why don't you do this and come? That why don't you do this and come may be the same, but the dear Arun, he will add personally in his video, which is a personalized video. Did you all see that ad, that Shah Rukh Khan's ad some time back? That was the first video ad which came in this format. Do you all remember? Anyone? You can go on Google search. You don't worry. It is not a mistake of not knowing that ad. But why I am telling you about that ad is, that was the first video. In one shot they created a video for 30,000 retailers of India, where Shah Rukh Khan will use the name of that retailer, which is our local shop. Shah Rukh Khan is telling, now you can buy Cadbury's from Kamachi store. Like that Shah Rukh Khan told. For 30,000 stores. Did Shah Rukh Khan tell 30,000 names? No. That is the start of the AI world. But you look at the journey, what I told you. There are two parts in this journey. One part is automation. The other part is AI. Automation and AI are not same. One part is automation, one part in AI. In fact, we don't know where do we stand when people talk about AI. When people say, when you go to Amazon, search for some product, next time it will tell you what you should buy. Is it AI or automation? No, I don't know the answer. I know only the questions. You don't ask me, sir. You can go and do one more research and write one paper on this, if needed. But the point is, there is a thin difference. If the inventor says it is AI, you will have to agree. If at all somebody builds a product, he will build a software product and put an ad. He will say AI powered there. You cannot disprove him. At the same time, you cannot prove him also. It may be AI, it may be automation, it may be robotic process automation. In between they said robotic process automation. Automation, robotic process automation, now AI. The entire value chain, the entire chain of what I explained, the emails evolution, is undergone right from simple automation, which is email merging, to AI, which is building a video for individual. The simple communication has changed its style now. A simple communication. Earlier Shah Rukh Khan used to do. Now you and me can do. All you have to pay some $10 and get one license and you can do this video. You can go and talk about a video, then you give the names. It will take your voice and it will build the video for each of your student. Your student will think, oh, madam has sent me very personally. He will be very happy. And if it goes to their parent, they'll be too happy. They will come and join M.Tech next year. So that is how the power of AI is become today. But as teacher, we should have a little bit of understanding. Where is my understanding today? Where am I enabled today? Am I still in the automation world? No, I will ask you another question. Maybe this is a closed group. You can answer straight from your heart. How many of you have done mail merge? You can raise your hand. Put your hands down. How many of you have done mail merge by attaching independent certificate to each of them? 1, 2, 3. How many of you have done a video editing with each of your mobile? Every individual personalized. We wouldn't have done. I'm not. The point I'm trying to say is, the world is moving is what we all know. The world is moving faster. But are we embracing each of those things? I really have a doubt. Are you using ChatGPT? People will say yes. If I ask raise your hands, everybody will raise your hands. Are you using meaningfully to make it productive, to ensure whatever you were doing for 2 hours becomes at 20 minutes? Only then you should say I am using ChatGPT. I also can log in www.chatgpt.com. How are you? It will say I am fine. That is I am using ChatGPT. No. I tried an example. Whatever thesis I wrote for my PhD several years back, I made ChatGPT to write the review of literature review. It could do it in 20 minutes. If I have to do PhD today, because my PhD time I didn't have that. If I have to do a PhD today, whatever I took 2 months for my literature review, I would have done in 2 hours. Definitely 2 hours, I will challenge you. And you will not find any, plagiarism. You will not find anything. I will do it 100%. 100%. I tried that also, just to get the understanding of ChatGPT. I wanted to check whether ChatGPT is working fine, sir. That is the reason I tried that, and it works. After that, what I did is anything and everything I go to ChatGPT. Anything and everything. Which means, even though I am confident, see, you may ask me, no, sir, why should you go for everything? It's making my work easier. I will draft on rough mail. I will put it to ChatGPT. I will say, just refine this mail and give. It will give me something I will read. It's like my assistant. It will write and give you nice English. Excellent, I will send. Otherwise, this English I can't write. Let me be factual. No, I can't write a good English. I can write English. But if I have to send a proposal, that 1-page or executive, I can't write. I don't have that English knowledge. I'm not an English literature guy, no. I am a civil or mechanical or electrical. I know only what it is. But people will want that proper English, right? I will do it with ChatGPT only. This image is created by ChatGPT. Whatever I am going to show in my entire deck, everything is from ChatGPT. I told, give me a picture depicting the automation and AI and taking the journey. So it gave this picture. Otherwise, do you think I can sit and draw this image? If I tell my graphic designer, he will say, sir, this is a 3-day task, sir, he will say. Then I will have to sit with him for 3 days. After that, he will give something like a Disney doll. He will not give this also. So, but my only request to you is, while everybody is moving faster, just gauge yourself where you are using that power. Which part you are using, or at what level you are using, and try to use to the fullest. If you use to the fullest, you will be actually addicted. Example, whatever professor quoted in the morning, ChatGPT. Today, without ChatGPT, I am not able to write a mail, because I am not convinced with my mail. Any mail I write, I will put into ChatGPT for a refining, nothing else. When you refine, it will not write for you. It will refine it. It will make it better. Any mail, any event I go, I will ask ChatGPT, either to get some input or to check whether whatever I am thinking is right or wrong. I would have got 10 points to what to talk today, but I will still ask ChatGPT. It will give me 12 answers. 6 would have already been with me. The rest 6 I will pick from there. When you are going to a class, when you are conducting an event, when you are writing a paper, when you are doing a thesis, when you are going to question somebody in their, defending PhD, Viva, you ask ChatGPT and go, they will think you are an expert. You just say, this is the summary of that thesis I got. I would like to ask some 5 stunning questions where that man will get stuck. I'm not joking. You give the same prompt. It will give you 5 questions which will surprise you and them also. It will be so good. No question whether, see, I am not here to debate whether it is right or wrong. I am only saying it is available. That power is available there in the technology. We have to use it if it lessens my burden or if it helps me. Let me be selfish. That's all. No, I am an original guy. I will have to write original mail. I will have to write original paper. Keep it with you. You do it slowly. Nobody in the world will come. But somebody will run faster to you. That's all. That is the only point you should remember. As individual, in the story of learning, we should be selfish. When I say selfish, I should know more. I should know more better than you. In my domain. Of course, not in your domain, madam. In my domain. That is what will give us one kind of, one vidya garvam. If I think I know better than you in my domain, I will get one step higher. It is not necessary I should know all of your domain. But in my domain, I should be a superpower. That's how people will respect me. Whether it be my peer teachers, whether it be my principal, whether it be my students. Because these students have that opportunity to go and learn and come to you, no? Now students will come with ChatGPT doubt to you. That is the problem. When you say, I will take tomorrow morning, I will take this class. He will come with 10 questions taken from ChatGPT. You have to deal with that guy. So until otherwise you cope up with, you go little faster than that guy, you will not be able to do so. So my intent of putting this image is to tell you, in many things what you are using today, few things may be at the automation stage, few things may be at the AI stage. And where are you should think. One example was that mail merge. Like that there are hundreds of examples. Writing your papers or doing some research work or even your teaching methodology. Are you still teaching in the age-old era or automation era or AI era? Which era you are teaching? Where is your learner? Which era your learner is today? Is he still wanting to sit and learn in the notebook and blackboard, or is he looking at something else? You have to gauge your learner and you have to gauge yourself first of all. According to me, the most powerful weapon is the teacher, not anybody else. But I also understand the pain of the teacher because it is not as easy as everybody think. You have to do admin work, you have to do that work, board of studies work, academic work. After all these things, I have to prepare with ChatGPT and go and teach. So that nuances is there in, at least in Indian context. It is not in the other context, right? In Western world, somebody teaches only teachers and researchers, including, no, sir, professor is management professor. You go to IIMs, they will say, I will either research, consult or teach. Only 3 things. They will not get into any of this NAC work, NIRF work, NBF work, NDA work, nothing. See, today in the slide itself, we suddenly saying there's an NIRF. Would you want me to explain? Because we are pushed to do that. I mean, our academic system is pushed to do that. Okay. So now let me just get into what happens in the industry. What are we doing in the, This I think you would have seen. The 21st century learner's life is different now. It is not that if at all your class has only bench, chair, I mean, the desk, chair and the blackboard, it is still not a 21st century class. It is still an age-old class. Don't get into the detail. All you have to say is, globally, 95% of teachers use computers in the class. Am I in that 95%? Am I in the rest 5%? That is the first question. And in that, 1 in 5 are only using it effectively. Otherwise, they will say, I have a smart board, I have a computer. This room has a computer and a smart board. That is not the qualification for saying mine is a digital classroom. Until otherwise, you get content and pedagogy to deliver in the digital classroom. Anyway, I don't want to get into the detail of this. Maybe I will share this with you. These are full statistics of what is happening in the 21st century classroom. But at the same time, you should understand, this is how a classroom is looking like today in many Western worlds. There is internet in every single student. There is a device with everybody. There is a digital board or digital way of teaching for every teacher. There is a content which is being built somewhere else. From content factory, it comes to you. Then you deliver. and we don't worry about the internet, we don't worry about student will look at anything else or is he playing. We don't worry about all those things. A real learner is in this ecosystem today. Let us understand that. And they will be in this ecosystem because from COVID, we are preparing the school students accordingly. Right at the school itself, now they are prepared in this model. Now many good schools, they are saying you do everything in the tab today, which means they are already digital. But in some colleges, after coming to college, they will say, no, don't bring mobile. Don't bring mobile to the classroom. You are supposed to come without mobile. Then where will be our digital start from? But anyway, we have our own problems of telling why you should not bring mobile. Okay. So what's next? What is happening now? Whether you like it or not, education is the one industry AI is trying to dominate very, very strongly. Very, very strongly because of two reasons. One, here we have huge amount of intellectual content which is already available in our industry. Unlike others. See, in manufacturing, whatever they produce new is value. Whatever old is no value. If I have an old car, no, there is no value for it. Only for an intellectual content, if there is if there is some strong content on something which is already existing, that is high value to me. And from there, if I am able to bring some inference, that is more valuable to me. So that is one key reason why AI is now trying to help academia in a much stronger way. Do you remember, we used this, everybody said we will have Moodle, we will have LMS, our colleges got LMS. We used to talk about this word called LMS over last 20-25 years. And you would have seen multiple LMS in multiple ways. Today, if it is not AI powered, people don't accept that as an LMS. LMS means it should be AI powered. So where is that AI powering happens? Number one, specifically, it will create adaptive learning pathways. We always copy from the West. In US, they say every year I will change my curriculum. Now in our colleges, we say 2 years to some extent. Maybe some private university will say 1 year. Government university, still they say 4 years. I will change in every 4 years, 5 years. But now, because there is a need for adaptive learning, which I will talk about that in the future slide. But now, everybody are looking at personalized learning only. Even now, even today, you go and talk to anybody, any serious educator, they will say, no, I will offer personalized study for my student. They will disagree to me if I say, you are not offering personalized learning. What is personalized learning? If there are 40 students, each of them have different IQ level. Each of them will understand different methodology. So, as a teacher, I cannot teach for 40 of them differently. I can teach only in one format in available 40-minute session. You will give me only 40 minutes into 15 days to cover my subject. You will not give more than that. That is what AI is now trying to do. AI will understand you as a teacher. When I say AI will not replace you. There is somebody who is inventing a tool where as a teacher, now you will go and teach the entire subject to that AI. You will not teach the students. You will teach the entire subject to AI 3 times. Okay? In 3 times, that AI will learn what you are. It will get all the best of you. Then a student will undertake a basic test in whatever subject you are teaching the AI. Once they take the test, the AI will understand each student's level and whatever you had taught, the AI will customize it and offer it to each student. For a student, it is you who are teaching. AI is not teaching. But the AI would have done a work to teach the student according to his need. Whatever you are doing first 3 times of teaching the machine is called machine learning, no madam? Computer science madam. That is what people call it as machine learning in a very common man sense. You teach the machine what it has to do. If you do 10 times, if you teach 10 times, your output to the student will be much, much higher. You have to teach 10 times, same subject. And you should say, this is my basic way of teaching, this is my middle way of teaching, this is my advanced way of teaching. You teach in different ways, then the AI will understand the level of 40 of them and it will deliver the subject to each of them differently. Whatever I am saying may look like a dream to all of you, but somebody is already invented, somebody is already patented, now they are looking for scaling. Whatever I talk here in this is all somebody who has done it. And some professor only has done it, by the way, not any Google or Microsoft. Some professor has done it. So, and he is now trying to make sure this will become very popular everywhere. That personalized learning pathway will become more powerful in next 1 to 2 years. You will all now we called it as elective. Right? No, to some extent we said you learn some core, then you do some electives, which means you take your interest, go towards one area. But there also we suddenly said, no, it is a compulsory elective. Elective, how can it be compulsory? Elective is my interest. There if you put compulsory, then there is no elective. But anyway, that is a practical scenario. But even in elective, if I take an elective of construction technology, I would want to build transportation infrastructure, or somebody would like to build buildings and factories, somebody will do heavy civil, somebody will do roads. Everybody's interest will be different. It may all look like construction technology. That is possible only when you know the interest of the student. So AI's power will more go towards an individual success, an individual's capability, an individual's knowledge. This dynamic curriculum adjustment is what some US universities have started adopting. The dynamic curriculum adjustment will not wait for your academic council to happen. It will not wait for 2 years. It will happen then and there. If there is some new technology which was, for example, say last 15 days back they introduced DeepSeek. If at all your curriculum had Gen AI, it will introduce DeepSeek this semester. Which means your university should have adopted that curriculum which can be dynamically altered, but within the framework, of course. It will not go outside of Gen AI. Within Gen AI, you were teaching ChatGPT, suddenly DeepSeek has come, they found that this is going to supersede your ChatGPT, immediately you change the curriculum. That kind of dynamic curriculum adjustments will happen now. Whatever I am talking today is already happening in 1 or 2 universities. It may happen in your college next year or next to next year. But it is on the way. Second, I think morning one of the professors spoke about, Subramania sir spoke about, we are having AR and VR centers. Then he said it is moved to XR. Then it is moved to XR only, MR and then to XR. Here also I have the same basic question. We are not even started here. But everybody will say in the college, we have an AR, VR center, we are doing AR, VR. You go to any college, this board is there. What is the real power of AR, VR? I am standing in front of you and I am talking to all of you. Instead of that, I am going to wear one eyeglass. I am going to wear a device. It will take to a place which I can never visit, which can be a wind turbine at the top of the turbine, or it can be one oil rigging machinery. It can be a drilling, for the metros they drill the underground, that place. It can be an aeroplane while it is flying. What will happen? So there are multiple places you can never visit or you can never go. Or as small as how can I do welding without even having a welding device in my hand? As small application as this, or as big application as how do I go and do drilling at in the mid of the sea? How oil drilling happens for petrol. So these kind of use cases, according to me, while many can say no, we are all using AR, VR, we are in the initial stage. Because technology is come. AR and VR technology is come. But technology will not help education. The application over technology will only help education. Until otherwise somebody builds a skill over that AR, VR to show me that wind turbine, to show me how to drill inside the ground, it is not reaching education. I think there are many people who are working on that. Whether it be startups, whether it be large companies, many are working on that. If at all you had got 1 or 2, you have seen 1 or 2, I'm sure you may be lucky. According to me, I have seen only very few. Very few, that to very basic levels. Not at the level which the power of XR can do, extended reality can do. The power of extended reality is it will be real. That is what they called it as extended reality. It will be 100% real. Once I wear the glass, nothing is visible. I am physically there in that place. I am physically there inside the drilling machine and it is drilling. And I can operate it. I can sit here and I can operate it. I can stand and operate it. I think that kind of application for education, it is still in the starting stage. But it's a big boon for entrepreneurs. There are hundreds of startups who are taking this, because that you have to work for every industry. See, I cannot suddenly go and get this application from thousands of industries, right? Somebody will be in power, somebody will be in green hydrogen, somebody will be in construction. There are thousands of such industries. So from every industry, that application has to come to our college, for which you have to go get that application built. Getting that application built is what professor was talking about. My students have got Unity software, my students know to build that. All those somebody has to build. If somebody builds, in Google when we search, can you give me AR, VR of wind turbine? If it throws you a video and if it says wear your glass and watch, that is the day it is matured. Till then it is in the starting stage. At least in India we are in a starting stage. As such big company like L&T, we ourselves have only done some 4 or 5 use cases. 4 or 5 only. L&T has got 15 businesses. Construction, power, electronics, what not, everything L&T has. Because the application, it is not that easy to build. You have to spend so much of energy, time and money and software to build it with experts. So we are only in the starting stage. You may be having lab, you may be having classroom, but the application towards using that in the lab and classroom, that scientific simulations are not there. That interactive learning environment is not there. But we will be building. I mean, we in the sense, the industry will be building. They are building. One point in time, you will have some 1,000 applications. People can just buy a glass and say, there will be a day. Just like how we have a mobile today. In our hand, we have a mobile today and you are saying, I want this video, it will throw you a video. There will be one day when you will buy this glass at some 1,000 rupees in Amazon, and you will say, okay, in one website you download all these videos, you can still use that. That day may come very, very faster. No, 6 more minutes, don't worry. Okay, so the next comes the global collaborative platforms, madam. I'm not going into the deep because of the time. No more students are from a single college. That life is already gone. I may still, for the sake of admission and for the sake of our structure of Indian education system, I am with a single college. With the NEP's different formulas and methods, slowly this will also go away. You can learn one paper here, one paper there, one paper in US, one paper in Antarctica. And you can still get your credits back. That is the world we are now moving to. For which, if at all I have to learn with an Harvard student, all you should remember is now thousands of such global collaborative platforms are coming. One platform is, you make a group of students. I am here in India, somebody is there in US, somebody is there in UK. We will all enter into a room like Zoom or like Teams, but it will be a physical room. I go and sit here, the other 2 guys will sit here and here. It will look like you are sitting together. It will be 100% seamless. Is it VR, is it AR, is it XR, whatever you can call, but global collaboration is what will happen. And more than everything, 3 of them can be from different language background. Somebody may be only Kannada, somebody may be English, somebody may be in some other language, but they can still converse. The technology or tool in between will ensure it is translated and one output will feed to all 3 of them. Or if I can understand only in Hindi, it will tell me in Hindi. All we have started. All is started already. One entrepreneur has already patented this technology. And it is as simple as, there is a basic example, when sir was talking about my book. In my book, India in 2047, we just wrote how will our Prime Minister address in 2047. It's Independence Day. In Independence Day, when the Prime Minister is addressing, he will address from one place. But when we will sit here to watch in Kannada, we will sit here to watch what he talks for Karnataka. but at the same time, not in different time. He will talk at the same time, morning 9 o'clock, he will address entire India. He will come in a format which I will talk about that in the next slide, which is called holographic professors, where he will come and talk to me as if he is talking to me. Today you want a Stanford professor, this method will bring that Stanford professor to you. This method will get the best of the guys to you, even if they are dead. That's the logic. You want to hear Gandhi's learnings from Gandhi himself, there is a method which is already there in place. And you feel I am talking to Gandhi. Of course, not with Gandhi, but whoever is existing today. You want the best of the guys. You are one of the best of the guys. If you are one of the best teacher who can teach Max 2 in Kannada and make all Bangalore students pass in Max 2 and Max 3, you may become a super powerful teacher with this technology. They would love to learn from you. So this is already there. This is already invented. Again, patented by a lot of them. Siemens is also working big way on this. This is here to come, specifically to address our academic community. If you are good, you may be a professor on the hologram. Otherwise, you may be a listener or audience, whatever. This interactive and gamified learning is already there. The reason is, end of the day, learning is boring. End of the day, learning is boring. Because learning something small is okay, sir. You give that big book and ask me to learn, it is boring. No. So I have to be enticed in between. I have to be appreciated. I have to be acknowledged. I have to be kindled. I have to be competed. I have to be challenged. I have to be done many things for you to make me learn. That is only possible with this interactive gamified learning. After learning one chapter, it asks you a question. After learning second chapter, it will tell you, okay, let us find whether you have learned better or the neighbor has learned better. Let us now benchmark with somebody in China. Okay, you have learned this. Now let me benchmark with somebody else. You do this, I will give you this. You complete 5 chapters, I will give you one chocolate. If you complete 10 chapters, I will take you to one pub. So, lot of such things you need to do digitally. Of course, not pub, digitally. So, that is what this gamification does. Directly or indirectly, lot of other portal does for you. Correct, no? Once you get into a booking, ticket booking, you don't book, you come out, it will say, no, here is an 100 rupees coupon, book now itself. Have you ever witnessed that? If at all you have done book my show, or you would have done Red Bus or somewhere, you would have checked the bus or seat in the theater, you would have clicked the ticket. After coming to the payment, your husband would have told, or wife would have told, no, let us go to another movie. You would have stopped. You want to come back, it will throw you a ticket. That is gamification. To some extent. I would not say it is 100%, but the gamification is what will engage you. What was your gamification literally at school or a college? When the students are sitting in front of you, either you will throw a chalk piece on somebody, or you will suddenly ask, hey, boss, sir, he is looking down in his mobile. Hey, pink shirt, sir, what is your name? That is my engagement. Because I am bringing his attention here, that's all, nothing else. I am achieving him, bringing him back is, or if somebody is doing well, I will give them one chocolate. So all these, there are now thousands and innovative digital ways people have found out. All those will come into education. It can be interactive quizzes, it can be, again, collaboration. Suddenly from Harvard, somebody will come and call your name. Then you will think, oh my God, from Harvard somebody is calling me Anbu, who is that? Immediately you will give your full engagement there. So all those are likely to happen. Finally, your game. Research will be AI-driven research only. No more going to library and taking papers. No more solving hypothesis. You may still do it today because that is our structure in getting PhD here. But the world is moved here. Everything is, specifically I told you, literature review is 100% automated. If at all you are doing your literature review yourself, you are 20 years back. That's all. If at all you are doing, whether it be for your paper or for your PhD, if you are doing literature review yourself, you are 20 years back. You should have the smartness to get it done from ChatGPT. Then do what? Change it to little human. And do you know, there is one fellow who has invented a technology. He will, see, there is one technology which will find out whether it is a ChatGPT output or not. There is a next technology which will convert the ChatGPT output to a human output. Don't ask me what tool, Google it, you will get. Two are more successful today. Both are successful. You get the output from ChatGPT, you convert it into human made. On the one side, you get the output from ChatGPT, professor like you will put into a tool to find out whether he is done from ChatGPT or not. If you go get from this output, you will not be able to find out. That's all. But end of the day, if you are not embracing, you are the loser. You have to embrace in some way. Specifically in research. See, specifically this data analysis, I remember my days of using this SPSS, ANOVA, you know what, I don't know, if you were in management studies, you would know all those things. I don't understand anything. But at the same time, we have to do, it is mandatory to use ANOVA, it is mandatory to use statistical tool, etc., etc., even though my PhD was not demanding that. Because without that, it is not considered as PhD. But now all those life will become much easier here. Any complex data, because of, again, now with quantum, gintam and all are coming, this will all take more power now. Right from your hypothesis generation. You go and try in the same ChatGPT. You give your kind of an executive summary, you ask for that hypothesis statement, you give 5 hypotheses which you have drafted. It will give you 50 hypotheses. It will give you 50 hypotheses. Where I struggled to get my 6 hypotheses. For my problem, I struggled to write my 6 hypotheses. I went to my professor in IIT for 20 times. Had 20 coffees with him, spent some 5,000 rupees only for coffee to finally write down the hypothesis. Because hypothesis is very important in management studies. If that is not right, the entire project they will say, entire PhD they will say wrong. I spent 2 months for literature review, almost 1.5 months just to get that hypothesis statement, not even the write-up, the statement. But now it says you get it done. It will throw you 50 hypotheses, sit with your professor to figure out which 2 he will shortlist. He will only shortlist. He cannot sit and write better than ChatGPT. The world is changed now. When I say he, you are also there because you will have a lot of under you. Okay, so whether it be your research, anything and everything, now it is AI driven, madam. Whatever I am saying, sirs, everything is already done in industry by somebody for some purpose. Nothing is dream here. Nothing is not happening type. Everything is happening everywhere. Certain things maybe are cost impactful so that it is taking time to reach to the last mile. It is taking time to reach to academia. It is taking time to reach to a learner. But education is the one space it will reach much faster because governments and lot of corporations will be willing to push some money to ensure many technologies are coming faster to the academia compared to other industry. So just to conclude, whether you like it or not, technology is here to stay, specifically in education. It is going to make our life miserable. No second thought. We have to adapt to it. If you enjoy that, I will remove the word miserable. You will enjoy. If you find it difficult, it will make our life miserable. Because my learner, who is a student, will run faster than me. If he runs faster, then it will touch my ego. That will make my life miserable, not the technology. Okay? So, thank you very much once again for this opportunity and hope I made some sense to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will now open for a quick question and answer session with Anbuthambi, sir, or feedback. Does anybody have a question? Okay, I thank Dr. Anbuthambi, sir, for this engaging session on 6 key trends in technology. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, I request Dr. Sudhakar to present a memento on behalf of CEED to Dr. Anbuthambi. We will begin the next session momentarily. We make the setup.